Welcome, dear listener, to a very special kind of bedtime story. This is not a story of knights or castles, of dragons or distant stars, though those things may very well appear in it. This is a story about the most private, personal cinema in the universe. A story about the theater of the mind that performs, just for you, every single night of your life. A story about that mysterious velvet space between closing your eyes and waking to the dawn. This is a gentle, slow, and peaceful exploration of the science of lucid dreaming. As you settle into your bed, let the weight of your body be fully supported by the mattress beneath you. Feel the softness of your pillow cradling your head. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. There is no need to go anywhere or do anything. There is only this moment, this quiet, and the sound of a calm voice guiding you on a journey into the land of sleep and the fascinating science that unfolds within it. We will wander together through the quiet halls of neuroscience and the soft landscapes of psychology. We will listen to the whispered history of dreams across cultures and centuries, and we will do it all at the pace of a drifting cloud on a windless summer's afternoon. If your mind begins to wander, let it. If your thoughts start to blur at the edges, let them. That is simply your brain beginning to untether from the waking world, and that is perfectly all right. This story is here to hold your attention lightly, like a soap bubble balanced on a cushion of air. It is okay if it floats away and you drift into sleep. That is, after all, the point. So, take a deep, slow breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth in a soft, sighing release. Again, breathe in the calm and breathe out any lingering tension from the day. Let your eyelids feel heavy, as if each lash is tipped with a tiny silver weight. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders soften and melt into the bed. Your feet are quiet. Your hands are still. You are safe. You are warm. You are held. And as you float there, in that lovely liminal space, we begin our story. Before we can understand the special state of a lucid dream, we must first gently drift into the understanding of ordinary sleep and ordinary dreams. Think of your consciousness not as a light switch that is simply on or off, but as a beautiful meandering river. By day, it is a sun-dappled stream, moving with purpose, over rocks and through valleys of thought and action. But as evening falls, the river widens, slows, and begins to reflect the stars above. Its currents become deeper, less visible, flowing in patterns that are ancient and mysterious. Sleep is the delta where this river meets the vast and silent ocean of the unconscious. For a long time, science saw sleep as a blank space, a nothingness, but now we know it is a vibrant, active, and essential realm. It is a nightly retreat where your brain, far from shutting down, engages in a delicate and intricate ballet of restoration, processing, and creation. Let us follow this river. As it flows through the night, the journey begins with what we call non-REM sleep, non-rapid eye movement. It is the gentle, slow-wave portion of our nightly voyage. It has 3 stages, each one a step deeper into the waters. The first stage is the soft, muddy bank of the river you are dipping your toes in. This is the transition from wakefulness to sleep. It lasts only a few minutes. Your muscle activity slows. Your eyes move very slowly. Under your closed lids, your thoughts begin to unravel into those fleeting hypnagogic images. You might see swirls of color, hear a fragment of a conversation that never happened, or feel a sudden gentle jerk. A hypnic jerk, as if the body is sighing and settling into its new posture of rest. It is a tender and fleeting state. The second stage is where the river's current truly takes you. You are now officially asleep. Your heart rate slows. Your body temperature drops. Your brain begins to fire in brief, rhythmic bursts, called sleep spindles and K-complexes. These are thought to be the brain's way of practicing pathways, consolidating the day's learnings, and signaling to the rest of the body to stay in this peaceful state. It is a light sleep, but a committed one. You spend nearly half of your night in this gentle, rhythmic pulse of stage 2, and then the third stage. This is the deep water, the slow rolling waves, slow wave sleep, sometimes called delta sleep, for the slow, deep brain waves that wash across the mind like the tides of a quiet sea. This is the most restorative sleep. It is very difficult to be awakened from it. Your body is at its most still. This is when growth hormone is released. Tissues are repaired, and the immune system is strengthened. The brain is busy with its deep housekeeping, clearing metabolic waste and solidifying factual memories, like filing away the pages of the day into the long, silent library of your mind. There are no vivid stories here, just the deep, dark, nourishing silence of the ocean floor. But the river of sleep does not flow in one direction. It cycles, it ebbs and flows. And after about 90 minutes, something magical begins to happen. A new current rises. You gradually ascend from the depths, back through the lighter stages, and then you enter a different country altogether. This is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, the dreaming sleep. It was discovered quite by accident in 1953 by a young graduate student named Eugene Aserinsky and his professor, Nathaniel Kleitman. They noticed that at certain periods during the night, the eyes of their sleeping subjects would dart back and forth beneath their closed eyelids, as if watching a private play. And when awakened from these periods, people almost always reported vivid narrative dreams. REM sleep is a beautiful paradox. Your brain becomes incredibly active. Its electrical patterns, as measured by an EEG, look remarkably similar to those of a waking, alert brain. Your heart rate and breathing become irregular, faster. Your blood pressure rises. Yet your body is in a state of profound paralysis, a graceful, protective paralysis. The brainstem sends signals to the major muscle groups, telling them to be still. This is called atonia. It is a safety mechanism so that you do not act out the dramas unfolding in your mind. You are quite literally a captive audience in the most spectacular theater. And what is the brain doing with all this energy? It is weaving tapestries. It is taking the threads of your day, the emotions, the fleeting images, the unsolved problems, the memories both recent and distant, and it is spinning them into stories. It is connecting things that, in the logic of daylight, have no business being connected. The face of a childhood friend appears in your office. You can fly, but only by swimming through the air. A forgotten house contains rooms you never knew were there. This is the brain's way of emotional and memory processing. It is not random. It is a kind of offline integration. The amygdala, the seat of emotion, is highly active. The hippocampus, the library of personal memory, is in deep conversation with the neocortex, the seat of reasoning and stored knowledge. Together, they are sorting through the emotional highlights of the day, deciding what to keep, what to let go of, and what connections to make to older memories. It is a therapy session, a creative workshop, and a filing cabinet, all happening at once. And in this theater, you are both the audience and the lead actor. But for most of the play, you do not know you are in a theater at all. You accept the shifting sets, the bizarre plot twists, as strange characters, as absolute reality. The critical part of your brain, the part that asks questions, that doubts, that observes itself, is quiet. It is resting. It has left the building. But sometimes, just sometimes, a soft light comes on in the back of the theater. You, the dreamer, shift in your seat. You look around, and a quiet, wondrous thought dawns. This is a dream. The play does not stop. The actors keep speaking. The sets remain. But now, you have become lucid. A lucid dream is simply a dream in which you know that you are dreaming. It is a shimmer of meta-awareness, a moment of gentle recognition within the fabric of the dream itself. The dream scenery does not necessarily become more stable or more vivid, though it often does. The true change is in the dreamer. A cognitive shift occurs. The sleeping mind, for a moment, borrows a tool from the waking mind, the tool of self-reflection. Imagine you are walking through a forest in a dream. The leaves are a brilliant, impossible gold. A fox with sapphire eyes watches you from behind a tree. You feel the soft moss beneath your feet. It is all perfectly real. In a non-lucid dream, you would simply accept this. You might feel wonder or curiosity, but you would not question the reality of the fox, the gold leaves, or your own presence there. In a lucid dream, at some point, a gentle question arises. This forest is too beautiful to be real, or I do not remember how I got here, or wait, foxes do not have blue eyes. This question is a tiny crack in the dream's reality, and through that crack pours the light of awareness. I am dreaming. It is not a shout. It is a whisper, a quiet, certain, and often profoundly peaceful realization. The experience can vary from a faint, fleeting knowledge that quickly dissolves back into the dream narrative to a sustained, vibrant awareness where you feel fully conscious and may even choose to guide the dream's events. You might decide to fly to the top of the trees, to ask the fox a question, or simply to observe the dazzling detail of a single golden leaf, knowing it is a creation of your own magnificent mind. This phenomenon, once relegated to mystical texts and anecdotal reports, is now a firmly established scientific fact. It is studied in sleep laboratories around the world. Researchers can tell when a person is having a lucid dream because the dreamer can signal to them. They do this using prearranged eye movements, since the major muscles are paralyzed, but the eye muscles are not. A lucid dreamer, once they become aware, can move their eyes in a distinct pattern, left, right, on the polygraph machine in the lab. The researcher sees the telltale eye movements of REM sleep, and then sees this deliberate, coded signal. It is a message from inside the dream world to the waking world, a gentle wave from the other side of the veil. It is one of the most beautiful confirmations in science, proof that a conscious, communicating mind can exist within the state of sleep. But how? Why does this happen? What changes in the sleeping brain to allow this spark of self-awareness to flicker in the dark of the night? Let us now, in our slow and sleepy way, wander into the quiet laboratory of the brain itself. To understand lucid dreaming, we must visit two main regions of the brain and understand their usual nighttime relationship. First, the prefrontal cortex. Think of this as the brain's executive suite. It is located just behind your forehead. It is the seat of your highest cognitive functions: logical reasoning, decision-making, self-awareness, and working memory, the ability to hold information in your mind and manipulate it. It is the part of you that plans your day, that understands you are a self with a past and a future, that can think about your own thinking. In waking life, it is the conductor of the orchestra. Then there are the limbic and parietal regions. These are deeper, older areas. The limbic system, particularly the amygdala, is the heart of emotion and instinct. The parietal lobes help construct your sense of spatial orientation and your sense of self in physical space. In a dream, these areas are highly active, generating the emotional depth and the visceral feeling of being there. In ordinary REM sleep, there is a beautiful and necessary shift in power. The prefrontal cortex, the conductor, goes quiet. It takes a rest. Its metabolic activity decreases significantly. This is why dreams are often illogical, why we accept bizarre scenarios, why we rarely stop to question. The critical, analytical self is offline. Meanwhile, the emotional and spatial centers are lit up like a starry night. The amygdala is active, giving dreams their intense emotional color: joy, fear, awe. The visual and motor cortices are active, creating the landscapes and the sensation of movement. The brain is running on a different operating system, one ruled by emotion, association, and symbol. So, what changes during a lucid dream? The remarkable discovery from studies using fMRI and EEG is that during a lucid dream, parts of the prefrontal cortex wake up, not fully, not to daytime levels, but they show a distinct reactivation, specifically the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, involved in working memory and conscious control, and the frontopolar cortex, involved in meta-awareness, thinking about your own thoughts. It is as if a few lights in the executive suite flicker back on. The conductor has not returned to the podium for a full symphony, but has quietly stepped into the balcony to observe the orchestra playing below. The dream orchestra of emotion and imagery continues to play its passionate, wild music, but now there is a gentle observer who knows it is a performance. This coactivation is the neural signature of lucidity. The brain is in a unique hybrid state. It has one foot in the immersive, hallucinatory reality of IM sleep, and one foot in the reflective, self-aware capacity of waking consciousness. It is a delicate balance. Too much prefrontal activity, and you wake up. Too little, and you slip back into non-lucid dreaming. The lucid dream state is a beautiful, fleeting tightrope walk between two worlds. We also now know that lucid dreams do not happen randomly throughout the night. They are most likely to occur during periods of very intense REM sleep, which typically happen in the later half of the night, or during morning naps. This is when REM periods are longest and brain activity is at its most robust. The stage is most brightly lit, and so the chance of the observer appearing in the balcony is highest. It is a gift of the later hours when sleep is lighter and the mind is rich with the night's work. But this scientific understanding is a very new chapter. In a very, very old story, humanity has been pondering and treasuring these moments of nighttime awareness for thousands of years. Let us now drift back through time and listen to the whispers of history. Long before there were sleep labs or EEG machines, people experienced the wonder of knowing they dreamed, and they wove this experience into the very fabric of their cultures, their spiritualities, and their understanding of reality. We will take a slow and respectful stroll through a few of these traditions. In the ancient world, dreams were often seen as messages from gods, from ancestors, from the spirit world. To have a dream was one thing, but to be aware within that dream was to have a direct audience. You could ask questions, receive guidance, or journey to realms otherwise inaccessible. The ancient Egyptians placed tremendous importance on dreams. They practiced what we might call dream incubation. A person seeking healing or answers would sleep in a special temple dedicated to the god Serapis or others. The hope was to receive a divine dream. While we have no explicit text saying become lucid, the practices of prayer and intention before sleep to invite a meaningful dream are the very same roots from which modern lucid dream induction techniques grow. The Egyptian Dream Book, a papyrus from over 3,000 years ago, interprets common dream symbols, showing a deep cultural engagement with the night's visions. In the classical Greek tradition, the line was even clearer. The famous healer god Asclepius was worshipped at sanctuaries called Asclepians. The sick would undergo rituals, bathe in sacred springs, and then sleep in an abaton, a special dreaming hall. The goal was an incubation dream in which Asclepius himself would appear and perform a healing surgery or offer a cure. To be conscious in such a dream, to interact with the god, would have been the ultimate healing experience. Aristotle himself, in his essay on dreams, made a startlingly modern observation. Often when one is asleep, there is something in consciousness which declares that what then presents itself is but a dream. He had identified the very spark of lucidity. Tibetan Buddhism possesses one of the most sophisticated and long-standing traditions of working with lucid dreaming. It is known as Milam, the yoga of the dream state. For over 1,000 years, it has been considered a fundamental spiritual practice. The goal is not adventure or wish fulfillment, but liberation. By becoming lucid in a dream, a practitioner understands that the dream reality is insubstantial, a creation of the mind. This, the teachings say, is a direct analogy for waking reality. If you can see the illusory nature of the dream world, you can begin to see the constructed, interdependent nature of the waking world. It is a training ground for enlightenment. The practices are meticulous, involving daytime mindfulness, specific visualizations, and mantras repeated before sleep. It is a profound testament to the human potential for cultivating this inner awareness. Australian Aboriginal cultures speak of dream time not as a state of sleep, but as a sacred, eternal dimension that is the foundation of all reality. In this context, the dream state is a time of special access to this ancestral realm. Songlines, "The Paths Across the Land," are said to have been sung into existence by ancestor spirits in the dream time. To move consciously in a dream, therefore, is to walk those sacred songlines, to connect with the source of all life and law. It is a deeply ecological and spiritual form of lucidity. In the West, the thread continues, though often underground. The 19th century French sinologist, the Marquis d'Arvey de Saint-Denis, was a pioneer of personal dream study. He kept meticulous journals of his dreams and taught himself to recognize dream signs, becoming a frequent lucid dreamer. His book, Dreams and the Ways to Direct Them, is a foundational, if often overlooked, text. Later, in the early 20th century, The Dutch psychiatrist Frederik van Hetten coined the actual term lucid dream in a 1913 paper presented to the Society for Psychical Research. He described his own lucid dreams as those in which he had full recollection of the waking life and full power of reasoning. This long, rich tapestry shows us that lucid dreaming is not a modern novelty, nor a mere psychological trick. It is a perennial human experience, one that has been interpreted through many lenses: spiritual, philosophical, and therapeutic. And what do people in our modern time actually experience? When that moment of lucidity dawns, let us listen to some of the common themes that drift up from the shared dream space. When the awareness "I am dreaming" settles in, it is often followed by a wave of exquisite sensations. The dream world, already vivid, can become hyper-real. Colors become more saturated. Textures become tangible. Light seems to glow from within objects. This is likely due to the increased arousal and attention of the brain, focusing its perceptual powers on the internal simulation. And with this awareness comes a sense of possibility. For many, the first impulse is to fly. Flying and levitation. This is perhaps the most commonly reported lucid dream activity, and it makes a gentle, poetic sense. To fly is to defy the most fundamental law of the waking world: gravity. In a dream, gravity is just another suggestion. The feeling is often described not as superheroic thrust, but as a gentle swimming through the air or a simple intention to rise. And then rising. It is an expression of ultimate freedom, a dance with the atmosphere of one's own mind. Meeting dream figures. Once lucid, dreamers often turn to the other characters in their dream. These can be faceless strangers, loved ones, or entirely fictional beings. The act of interacting with them, with awareness, can be profound. Some ask them questions. "What do you represent?" Or, "What message do you have for me?" The answers can be surprising, insightful, or nonsensical. Some theorists suggest these figures represent dissociated parts of the self, and conversing with them is a form of internal dialogue. Whether one takes that view or not, the experience can feel deeply meaningful. Seeking wonder. Lucid dreamers might seek out a mirror to see their reflection, which is often fluid or strange, or try to read text, which notoriously shifts and changes in dreams. They might will a door to appear, knowing a desired landscape lies behind it. They might simply decide to observe, to feel the reality of a dream leaf or a handful of dream sand, marveling at the mind's power to create such detailed sensation. Problem solving and creativity. There are many anecdotes, though limited formal studies, of people finding creative solutions or inspiration in lucid dreams. The composer Tartini claimed his famous Devil's Trill Sonata came from a dream where the devil played it for him. The chemist Kekule envisioned the ring structure of benzene after dreaming of a snake biting its own tail. In a lucid state, one could theoretically confront a problem and consciously explore solutions in a limitless mental workshop. The lack of waking world constraints can allow for novel connections to form. Confronting fears. For those who suffer from recurrent nightmares, lucid dreaming can be a powerful therapeutic tool. In a nightmare, you are a victim of the dream's terror. In a lucid nightmare, you know it is a dream. This knowledge itself is often enough to dissolve the fear. You can choose to turn and face the pursuing monster, knowing it cannot truly harm you. You can choose to fly away. You can even ask the threatening figure what it wants. This practice, called lucid dream therapy for nightmares, has shown promising results, particularly for people with PTSD. It empowers the dreamer, transforming a terrifying helplessness into a manageable internal experience. It is important to remember that not all lucid dreams are epic adventures. Many are quiet, brief moments of peace. A simple recognition, a feeling of deep calm, and then a drifting back into deeper sleep. All of it is valid. All of it is a glimpse into the mind's incredible flexibility. But with such a powerful experience, questions naturally arise. Is it safe? Can you get stuck? Are there dangers? Let us address these with the calm, factual reassurance of a slow, nighttime conversation. The world of lucid dreaming, like any interesting subject, has attracted its share of myths and misunderstandings. Let us gently clear away the fog with the soft light of science and reason. One myth is that you can get stuck in a lucid dream. This is perhaps the most common fear, and it is simply not true. Sleep cycles are a biological imperative. You will always transition from REM sleep into another stage of sleep, or into wakefulness. The longest REM period in a healthy adult lasts, at most, about an hour, and that is towards morning. You cannot be trapped any more than you can be trapped in a deep sleep or trapped in a state of daydreaming. Your brain has its own rhythms, and it will move on, always. Another myth is that lucid dreaming is dangerous or harmful. There is no scientific evidence that lucid dreaming in itself is physically or mentally harmful for healthy individuals. It is a natural, if uncommon, variant of a natural sleep state. The brain is already in REM. Becoming lucid is simply adding a layer of awareness to an existing process. For people with certain severe psychiatric conditions, like psychosis, playing with the boundaries of reality might be ill-advised, and they should consult a doctor. But for the vast majority, it is as safe as any other kind of dreaming. A third concern is that it will cause sleep deprivation or insomnia. This can be a concern, but only if one becomes overly focused on achieving lucidity. The techniques often involve light, interrupted sleep, or sustained mental focus before sleep. If done to excess, this can indeed interfere with the vital, restorative, slow-wave sleep. The key, as with all things, is balance. It should be a gentle curiosity, not an obsessive pursuit. The goal of sleep, first and foremost, is rest. If the pursuit of lucidity is causing anxiety or broken sleep, it is best to let it go and simply allow sleep to be sleep. Some believe it is a supernatural or psychic phenomenon. While different cultures have spiritual interpretations, the scientific perspective is clear. It is a brain state, a fascinating hybrid brain state, but one generated entirely by the neural activity within your own skull. The sense of vastness, meaning, or connection can be profoundly moving. But those are experiences generated by the mind, for the mind. This does not make them less beautiful or significant. In fact, understanding the neuroscience can make it even more awe-inspiring that this 3-pound organ can create such rich, immersive, and self-aware worlds. A note on sleep paralysis. Sometimes, on the edges of sleep particularly, when falling asleep or waking up, you might experience temporary inability to move or speak. This is sleep paralysis. It is a normal, if sometimes frightening, occurrence. It happens when the muscle atonia of REM sleep persists for a few moments into wakefulness or intrudes. As you are falling asleep, you are essentially awake, but your body is still in dream. Paralysis, it can be accompanied by a sense of a presence, pressure on the chest, or hallucinations. This is not a lucid dream, though it is a related sleep phenomenon. Knowing what it is a harmless hiccup in the sleep-wake transition is the best way to disarm its fear. If it happens, remain as calm as you can. Easy to say, hard to do. Remember, it is temporary, and focus on trying to wiggle a finger or toe to re-establish full motor control. The overarching message is one of gentle reassurance. Your mind and body are designed for sleep. They have safeguards. Lucid dreaming is a rare flower that sometimes blooms in the garden of the night. You do not need to force it. You can simply appreciate the possibility. And if it happens, Greet it with a soft, internal smile. And now, dear listener, your breathing has become slow. Your body is heavy. Your mind has been lulled by this long, meandering conversation about the night. It is time to leave the explanations behind. It is time to simply experience. Let us transition from the story about sleep into a gentle, guided practice designed not to force lucidity, but to invite a deep, peaceful, and aware state of relaxation on the very borderlands of sleep, a state from which dreams of any kind naturally blossom. If you fall asleep during this next part, that is perfect. That is the goal. The words will simply become part of your own dreaming. Now we are going on a gentle journey, not into a lucid dream, but into the quiet space from which all dreams emerge. There is no goal. There is nothing to achieve, only sensations to feel and release. Begin by finding the most comfortable position you will be in for the rest of the night. Let there be no need to move again. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel a wave of relaxation flow from the crown of your head, down over your face, softening your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, your jaw. Let your tongue rest gently away from the roof of your mouth. Let go. Another breath, and let the wave flow down your neck and into your shoulders. Feel the weight of your shoulders. Surrendering to the bed, let the relaxation flow down your arms, to your elbows, your wrists, your hands, and all the way to the very tips of your fingers. Your hands are open and soft, like fallen leaves on a still pond. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, let the wave of calm flow down your spine, vertebra by vertebra, like a soft, warm liquid. Melting any tension it finds, let it spread across your back, your chest, and your stomach. Your breathing is now automatic, gentle and easy. Your torso is soft and heavy. Another soothing breath, and let the relaxation flow into your hips, your pelvis, releasing and letting go down your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and into your feet, all the way to the very tips of your toes. Your entire body, from head to toe, now feels heavy, warm, and deeply relaxed, as if you are sinking slowly into a bed of the softest, warmest moss. Now bring your awareness to the space behind your closed eyelids, not looking at anything, just resting in the dark. And in that dark, imagine a very soft, dim light. It is the color of moonlight on milk. It is not bright. It is gentle, and it is far away, at the end of a long, quiet corridor in your mind. We are going to count slowly down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you will feel yourself drift deeper into relaxation and closer to that soft, moonlit space. 10, feeling the profound heaviness of your resting body. 9, sinking deeper into the mattress, supported completely. 8, the sounds around you seem farther away, unimportant. 7, your thoughts are slowing, like leaves settling on the ground. 6, deeper and deeper relaxed. 5, halfway there, perfectly safe, perfectly still. 4, the world outside is fading. The world inside is gentle. 3, almost there, floating in a warm, silent sea. 2, on the very edge of peaceful release. 1, you have arrived at the quiet space. You are in a room. It is your own personal antechamber to sleep. It is exactly as you wish it to be. Perhaps it is a small, cozy library with shelves of books that hold all your memories. Perhaps it is a softly lit observatory with a telescope pointed at the stars of your own mind. Perhaps it is a simple, comfortable chamber with a deep, plush armchair. Look around this space in your mind's eye. See its gentle colors. Feel its comfortable temperature. There is no urgency here, no time. And in this room, there is a window. Walk slowly, calmly to this window. Place your hands on the sill. Look out. Outside is the landscape of your coming sleep. It is not a specific dream. It is the potential for dreaming. It might look like a misty meadow under a starlit sky. It might look like a calm, dark ocean with slow waves rolling under a crescent moon. It might look like a forest path disappearing into soft shadows. It is beautiful, peaceful, and inviting. Know that soon you will step through this window and into that landscape. You will wander into your dreams. But for now, you simply wait and observe from this place of safety and awareness. Feel the deep, calm certainty in your heart. I am here in my resting place. Soon I will dream. Now I will be silent for a few minutes. In this silence, simply stay in this antechamber. Feel its peace. Look out at the gentle landscape of sleep. If thoughts come, let them pass like clouds across the moon outside your window. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. You are already home. As you stand there, you may feel a gentle pull from the landscape outside the window, a desire to step into that mist, to walk that forest path, to float on that dark sea. That is the pull of sleep. It is a natural, kind force. You can resist it and stay a little longer in this aware, calm space, or you can allow it and let yourself be drawn effortlessly out of the window and into the arms of the night. There is no wrong choice. Both lead to rest. If you choose to step into the landscape, you may find your awareness lingers for a moment. You may find yourself walking in a dream with the soft background knowledge that you are in the territory of sleep. This is a very gentle, peaceful form of lucidity, not for controlling, but for knowing, for being a grateful guest in the kingdom of your own mind. Or you may simply step, and the awareness will dissolve into the beautiful, mysterious, and necessary unconsciousness of deep, nurturing sleep. That is perfect too. So, in your own time, when you feel ready, you may take a step forward and allow yourself to drift across the threshold of the window into the waiting and welcoming night. Whether you are now dreaming or hovering in the sweet haze just before dreams, or have already journeyed into the deep, silent waters of sleep, your body is being restored. Your mind is weaving its necessary tailies. You are exactly where you need to be. The science of lucid dreaming is simply a map of one of the mind's most beautiful possibilities. But the territory itself, the vast, mysterious, and personal experience of sleep, is yours alone. It is your nightly retreat, your sanctuary. There is no need to seek anything tonight. The mere knowledge that your brain can, in its sleep, become aware of itself is a wonder to carry into the darkness, a gentle, comforting wonder. So, let go of the map now. Surrender to the territory. Feel the immense comfort of the bed beneath you, the gentle rhythm of your heart, the silent, ancient process of your breathing. You are cradled by the night. You are safe. You are loved by the very fact of your own existence. Wherever your journey takes you now, into vivid dreams, into lucid awareness, or into the deepest, dreamless void, it is a journey of healing, of integration, of rest. Allow it. Let the last thread of thought unravel. Let the last flicker of wakefulness dissolve. You are returning to the source from which you arose each morning and to which you return each night. Sleep deeply, dear listener, and may your night Be peaceful.